Aloha, Malia here with Happily Home Mom. We are talking about contouring today, how you can create dimension, depth, lift with some really great clean beauty products. If you want to learn how to do this, keep on watching. Contouring is really creating illusions in your face with the darker shades so you can make the illusion of depth, of dimension, and you can use powder products, cream products. I'm even going to be showing you that you can use blush to create a contouring effect. Personally, I prefer to use just a bronzer, so I'm bronzing, but it's also helping to create shape in my face. Personally, I don't feel the need to have a contour and a bronzer. I think it's excessive. I think you can pull it off with bronzer, and if you know me, I'm all about simple makeup. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm gonna be using this cream blush by Beautycounter. This is the shade Truffle. This could technically work as a bronzer depending on your skin type. I'm gonna place it as my blush, but you'll see how it already begins to create a difference in shape. Right now, I just have primer, foundation, and concealer on my skin, and everything is looking pretty flat. My face shape is really long and oval. People do contour for the most part to slenderize their face or balance their face, slim their nose are the most common uses of contour that I see. But watch and see what a little bit of blush can do. So this is a cream blush. I'm going to use my fingers. You can swirl it. That's going to give you more color. I just tap it for just a little bit of color. And then because it's a blush, I'm going to place it here on the high apples of my cheeks, because I can always bring it in further if I want to, but I don't want it too far in. So I'm starting there. It's kind of in line with the outermost corner of my eye, and then I'm going to drag it back. So this color is going to be drawing the eye. So if I want my face to look wider, I'm going to draw it straight back. If I want my face to look more lifted, I'm going to draw it upwards. So I'm just patting it to diffuse it, and I'm bringing it up to my temple. And I can always I'm gonna have the least amount of product here now to kind of blend that out. So you see how that's already creating some shape in my face. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so that is just blush, and you will already see that my face is creating that dimension. We're getting that dimension back because our faces are not flat, right? We're not 2D, we are 3D, but we're putting the colors and the shapes where we want them to be. I'm gonna do contour two different ways for you folks. I'm gonna do more of a creamy on this side, and I'm gonna use powder for this side. Sorry, the sun is moving, the clouds are moving. You're gonna get a little bit of different lighting here. This is Beautycounter's Skin Twin Creamy Concealer. It is a concealer, but I am using a darker shade, and I'm going to use it as a bronzer slash contour. So just getting a little bit. Okay, so this, I'm feeling, if you do this here, you're gonna feel the bottom kind of like nook of your cheekbone. I wanna place my contour slash bronzer here, and I'm going to bring it even further back than I did my blush, okay? I don't want it to be super dark here on my cheeks. I'm gonna do 3 dots right there. Okay, again, at the very, very bottom of that cheekbone. I'm obsessive about contouring my forehead. I've got a very, very big forehead, so I want to create the shadow so that it's not this blinding big forehead, right? This is gonna help to hide. So I'm just gonna take whatever's left on my brush here. Oops, I forgot I was using powder on one side, Kern Fernert. Oh well, we'll just do powder afterwards and you'll get the idea. People also contour their nose. So I'm taking it, trying to avoid making those lines on the side of my nose and right on the tippy of my nose before it starts to go down. This is gonna differ per person based on what you're trying to do and the shape of your nose. Again, I don't typically contour my nose because I like the shape of my nose. I don't want to change it, but I want to show you what contouring can do. And let me work on this product before it dries down too much. So I'm gonna begin to pat this out. And I want to bring it closer up into the hairline so it's not like start and stop. I don't want to do huge circles because I don't want to disrupt the blush that I just placed. So I'm patting and a little bit of buffing back and up. I don't want to bring this too low. I try to keep it right in that line where my ear is coming down, because if you start to bring it low, that's going to drag your face down. Sometimes it just happens, and then I take my foundation brush and I'll try to clean that up. Okay, so I feel like this is giving me contour, but it's giving me bronzer, because bronzer is going to give you that warmth and that glow, right? You always want to make sure you're blending your products, you know, past your hairline. If you're doing foundation, past your chin line. You want to be careful you don't have these stop-start colors. You want everything to look really seamless. And then up here, so I'm going to use this. It's a tighter brush. I don't want it to like put brown everywhere. I just want to soften these lines. It's going to create some shadows here so that your nose looks a little bit more pointy, and most people would put a lighter concealer or highlight there. Let's do powder. But you can see now my face is no longer that just flat one shade. It's created this lift, this dimension, right? You want to keep basically where your ear is down clean, just the foundation here, right? You're basically carving out your cheekbone and making that more pronounced. All right, we would do the same thing with a powder bronzer. So I would, if I want the look to be more cut, more precise, I'm going to use a brush like this as opposed to putting my bronzer on with a big powder brush, because that's going to just diffuse color in a lot of places and it's not going to create these sharper lines that we're trying to, you know, create. So, and I like, when I do powder, I like to start back here because it's the most color. I don't want it super dark. And this is just my method. I like to pat it. To get most of the color down, and then do little brush strokes up. It's gonna be really dark because I'm putting powder color over cream color, but this is really gonna show the difference, right? My face was super flat before and now it's pretty snatched, right? I mean, you can see the difference right here. All right, let's do the other side. Love just taking the foundation brush without any additional product and like patting out. It's almost like a magic eraser. Like, okay, no, I don't want it there. I don't want it there. And you just pat there. And then back on that forehead area. So you could use either or. Obviously using both is going to give you a really rich, deep color. You could do the same thing with on your nose. But you can see my nose has taken on a bit of a different shape. That is Clean Beauty bronzing, basically, because I was using Beautycounter's Skin Twin Creamy Concealer as a bronzer and their powder bronzer that is in their last chance aisle right now. So if you're watching this later, this might not be available. They only have one shade left, Cabana, and that is the shade that I used today. So if you are similar to my skin tone, that would work for you. Concealer shade was Deep 1. And we did Truffle. So you could get away with using just one of these, or if you want the full look, you can go ahead and get all of them. And I'm gonna set this. It's been really hot here in Hawaii. I don't know what the deal, so I'm gonna set this with a little bit of mattifying powder. Setting my makeup and also helping it to last. It kind of just is the finishing touch on that, and then I can add a highlighter. And I'll go ahead and do that because I love to highlight my nose. It's really fun. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to highlight with this brush. Putting a little shimmer up there. This is gonna draw the eyes up, up, up. And then a little bit down the center of my nose and on the tip. All right, I hope that was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.